Hi, it's Elise here at Bowman Library with a whole new middle grade book spotlight. So this week we are exploring some of our nominees for the 2023-2024 Middle School VRC Award. VRC stands for Virginia Reader's Choice. Every year there's a group of librarians and other professionals. They get together. They've been reading a ton of books and they decide what are the 10 best middle grade books of basically the past year. They make a list, and then here's what the cool part is. You get the power. You read at least 4 of those 10 books, and then you get to vote for which one you think should be the winner, which one's the best. Then the book with the most votes in the whole state gets the award. I mean, like, it is your award, okay? So there are 10 nominees for this, but we're only taking a look at 6 here today, okay? So, and I can promise you, these 6, they're all pretty awesome. I cannot wait to share them with you. Let's get started. Our first one is The Last Quintista. Okay, it is the year 2061, and Halley's Comet is barreling to Earth. The only way to survive was for Petra and her family to get on board a spacecraft with a few others, and they will make their way to a new planet named Sagan. The journey will take about 380 years though, and they were supposed to be suspended in sleep for that journey. When Petra wakes up almost 400 years later, she finds that while they were asleep, the ship was taken over by a group known as the Collective Right. Right as soon as it was taking off. This group has been purging the group of Earth, okay, like Petra and her family and everyone else. They've been purging them of their memories to make sure that they are forgotten. As they start to get closer to their new planet, Petra needs to figure out a way to escape while holding on to the rumor that there's already a colony there that can help her on this planet. There is filled with mystery, there's science fiction, there's suspense, there's adventure. You will not be able to put this one down once you start reading. The door is open for a sequel. There are rumors that there's going to be a sequel. You never know. An amazing, thought-provoking read, The Last Quintista. Oh, I loved this one. You know I love me some good nonfiction. This is some good nonfiction. Race to the Bottom of the Earth. Okay. Now, this one is told in parallel chapters, okay? So we got one chapter telling one story, the next chapter is telling another story. Now, this book explores 2 separate races revolving around Antarctica. The first is the 1911 race to be the first person to the South Pole, okay? The second is the 2018 race to be the first individual to cross the continent solo, okay? This book takes a look at the preparation and training that went into both races, as well as the equipment which was available at their respective times, and into the actual adventure and journeys all of the individuals faced, complete with some people not making it. There's some supply issues, okay, there's some weather stuff that happens, and some physical and mental hardships. It's an amazing read, and to compare both of these tests of stamina, it's crazy, 100 years apart. How much things were the same, how much things were different, and it's all because it was the content and the obstacles it presents remain the same. Now, I loved this thrilling true life adventure story. You will find yourself turning the pages as fast as you can because you want to know what happens in each of these journeys, okay? Like, it's crazy. Like, oh, yeah, there were some moments. And it's all true. Race to the Bottom of the Earth. Coop knows the scoop. So, 13-year-old Coop and his mom live with his grandfather in quiet Windy Bottom, Georgia, where nothing happens. That changes, though, when a human skeleton is found where they are building the new playground. And Coop and his friends are so curious about what the deal is. That changes, though, when the remains were identified as Coop's grandmother, who everyone thought just up and left 40 years ago. And now, you know what everyone's thinking? Oh, she had to have been murdered by Coop's grandfather. Okay, now Coop's grandfather automatically assumed to be the prime suspect, but Coop knows his grandfather wouldn't do something like that. So it's going to be up to him to figure out what really happened all those years years ago with the help of his best friends. If you love a good mystery as well as some amazing friendships and an awesome family, this is all of that. Oh, such a great read. You'll be guessing right along with Coop and his friends as they're figuring out what actually happened 40 years ago. Coop knows the scoop. The mysterious disappearance of Aiden S. as told to his brother. Yeah, quite a lengthy title here, but it's pretty awesome. Lucas's older brother Aiden has disappeared. No one can find him, and everyone is freaking out. 6 days later, Lucas hears this loud thump coming from the attic, and when he goes up there to check it out, he finds his older brother up there with a story that is a little hard to process, okay? He tells Lucas that he has traveled to another world via the dresser drawer. As everyone starts to question him and they really don't believe him, Lucas can't help but wonder if that is actually what happened, because what Aiden is saying, it's too real and there's too much detail for it to be a made-up story. And Lucas is left feeling like it's going to be up to him to figure out what is true and what is not. You, the reader, will be sucked right in alongside Lucas because you will be having the same questions, thoughts, doubts, ideas that he is having, leading you to solve this fantasy mystery at the same time as our main character. An incredible read. It is fast paced. You don't even feel like you are reading a chapter book. That's how flowy it is. It's great. This is the mysterious disappearance of Aiden S. as told to his brother. City Spies. Oh, we got some Paris going, and we got a good spy story, first in a series, okay? So, like a good action, adventure, spy book, this is all for you right here. 12-year-old Sarah finds herself in a ton of trouble when she is caught hacking into the juvenile justice system computers in New York City. Not a good choice, okay? But this mysterious man arrives, who refers to himself as Mother, and convinces everyone there, all the adults, that he is a lawyer. When in reality, he isn't. He is actually a British secret agent. And then when he gets Sarah out of trouble, he gives her a choice. She can either go to a boarding school, okay, or she can join an elite group of top secret young spies. Sarah decides that she wants to become the spy. She doesn't want to go to boarding school, and the spy sounds so much cooler, doesn't it? So she soon finds herself training with a group of others her age, getting ready to go on a top secret mission in Paris where it will be their job to protect a world leader from imminent threats. But that's not going to be as simple as it sounds, even if it sounds simple. It isn't. Okay, it's filled with non-stop action and an awesome Paris setting. You'll be wishing you could be a top spy too, okay? Oh, again, first in a series, amazing City Spies. And our last one for tonight is All He Knew. And this historical fiction novel in verse, which is, again, a novel in verse, is told completely through poetry. Even if you don't like poetry, novels and verses, love them. I don't like poetry. I love a novel in verse though, okay? So, we meet 6-year-old Henry, okay, who is now deaf from surviving a childhood illness. He recovered. He did not regain his hearing though. Okay, the year is 1939, and he is sent to what is called the Riverview home after he is deemed to be, quote, unteachable when it's time for him to go to kindergarten. But here's the thing, he doesn't belong at the Riverview home, okay? It's for the, it's no one who's there belongs there, okay? Because they're not really, they're just there to be housed, okay? And it's there that he is abused both mentally and physically by the staff. He suffers neglect such as malnutrition and not even having a blanket for the winter nights, okay? In Maine, okay? Like, you need to have a blanket in the winter, even here, okay? So, fast forward, 1942, he is still at this home. His parents are too poor. No one can come to visit him. He can't even go home. So he is basically living at the school permanently by himself. 1942, there's this older boy named Victor, and he arrives. His reason for being at the home is it's World War II, and he doesn't want to go fight. He's a conscientious objector. He doesn't want to have to go fight. So what do they do to those people? They send them to places like Riverview Home, hoping either A, they'll change, or B, they won't be part of society, because then no one will think of them while they're at a place like this. As Victor starts to treat everyone with kindness and friendships develop for the first time ever at this place, Victor, he sees things for what it is. And he decides that, again, no one deserves to be at this place. So he decides he needs to make everyone aware outside of this place of what is actually happening at Riverview, and Henry and his sister Molly are just the people who can help. Based on true stories, you will be along for this eye-opening journey through a time in our history, okay, that parts of this, we all kind of know World War II is going on, but we don't know any of this other stuff that's going on. But we should, so we can learn as we move forward. All he knew. So again, these are just 6 of the books out of our 10 that are VRC middle school, middle grade nominees for 23-24. So come on out, check out some of these amazing reads, or we have the other 4 too as well, okay, so we can help you find those. But if you read at least 4 between now and the end of April, you get to vote, and you get to have a say in who the winner is. Pretty awesome, I think, at least. So, encourage you to come on out, join us with this, read some amazing books. I hope you have a great week, and I hope you tune back next time when we'll have a whole new middle grade book spotlight.